And welcome back, and of course we look forward to every Saturday morning is the Colt segment with our very own Alex Degani. G'day, Alex.
G'day, Dick. Well, as you'll recall, last Saturday we talked about the Anzac spirit, of course being on air on Anzac Day, and I talked to the Colts captains in Coraio's Sheridan Stack and Belmont's Jesse Phillip about that sacred subject.
Well, we can tell winter's approaching just from the early frost. Nothing like what the Diggers had to go, but nevertheless it is Anzac Day. So with our host captain in Sheridan Stack, first want to ask you, from a student point of view, what does the Anzac Day spirit mean to you?
It means a lot of things. We've got all the people that fought in the war, did all their time for us. Now we've got to do what we've got to do for them. Fight back on the footy field, play our game. It's a big day for everyone. We've got to just make sure we pay our respects to everyone. No stupid stuff today, especially throwing our hands around on the field.
Very well said for something I didn't even prepare you for. But look, let's go into the basics. Coraio, so close in that grand final. We were all getting behind you, hoping to end that 19-year drought, but couldn't get there in the end. Have the boys talked about it much over the pre-season?
A lot of the boys have taken off to other clubs, so we really haven't spoke about much over the past, but yeah, it was pretty devastating loss. We're all still angry about the situation, but time passes, new year, see how we go this year.
Yeah. Well, look, already a positive. Cale Fisher, who was playing Division 4 last year, boots 5 goals off his own boot in round 1. So already you like the improvement from your feeder players from last year.
Yeah, Cale Fisher, he's a great player. He should have been in the ones last year, just wanted to take a step down last year, but this year's really come good. Didn't drop many marks in that game. Took him out in front, worked hard around the ground. So I reckon he's going to have a good year. Come good, yeah.
Well, speaking of people who have kicked 5 goals in a game, Jesse Phillips, who's acting captain for Belmont for this interview, you did that against East Geelong in round 1. Take us through your pre-season.
Pre-season's been a bit jumbled, but yeah, it's been good. Got a lot of new boys down, so it's been good bonding for all of us to start working together, and it was good to get that first win on the board.
Yep. Unfortunately, couldn't get the goods against St Mary's too, and I understand we have an injury out of that game in another member of your leadership group.
Yeah, unfortunately at St Mary's was just a bit too good, but we did lose one boy from Buddha, our other acting vice captain, with his knee, but that's all right. We've got someone else to step up and take his place, which will be a good challenge for him.
Yep. You're acting captain for this interview. You want to tell us why Braden Hassett, a loyal Belmont Lion, isn't with us right now?
Can't say exactly. Yeah, not exactly sure, but I'm sure he's got a good reason behind it.
Nah, plenty of fun and games here at the Colts community. But look, Sheridan, the serious question about the Anzac spirit. Just off the top of your head, when I say those words, what do they mean to you?
Obviously, we had a lot of people that fought bravely for our country, and as Stacky said, well, it's just our chance to give back and show that we can not give up and take that spirit into our game as well.
All right. Well, with that spirit, I ask you boys to shake hands, and all the best for this grading game.
Cheers.
That's it. Great answers under the spot there at the Shell Reserve. Well, as for this morning, we've got 2 games to watch. One's up at Galvin Park with the Werribee Centrals, and Dick, as for myself, I'm off to East Geelong to see what they have to offer in season 2015.
And Alex will be back again next Saturday morning talking everything that's Colts footy. We've got a very special guest on the show this morning, all the way from Victoria Park. He's the coach of the Bannockburn Tigers, Craig McGough. Good morning, mate.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in on Saturday morning.
Yeah, pleasure.
Now, a little birdie told me this is your 3rd year out at Bannockburn.
Yes.
How's it travelling, mate? Going along all right at the moment?
Yeah, look, we're travelling along quite well at the moment. You know, obviously the draw's been helpful. With, you know, we've had a strong pre-season and looking pretty good at this point in time.
Grubby, would you like to say something? But don't say what you said in rehearsal.
Well, I thought you were going to Mitch, but yeah, look, you just mentioned the draw. I've had a quick look at it, and I think you only play one side in the first 7 rounds that made the finals last year. But that only means it's going to get tougher later on in the season, I guess. But with playing all those sides twice, you've got a pretty good draw. Are you looking at making the 8, or you reckon you can sneak up a bit higher than that, maybe even get top 3 the way you're going?
Oh, look, initially our thoughts are to potentially play in the finals, so obviously the top 5, and as the year progresses, I guess we reassess that as we go along. Our long-term goal, if you like, is just to play finals at this point in time.
Craig, you picked up Burke, who's, my spies tell me, a very powerful player, very good player, and you've got 7 players in the interleague squad, so obviously you've got enough talent there. My observation last year was that you were trying to play a brand of footy which was more a possession type of brand of footy. I thought it was a good brand of footy, but I didn't think you quite had enough talent in that side to produce that. Do you think, you've made mistakes when you probably shouldn't have? Do you think that you're a better skilled outfit this year and more able to play the game style that you want them to play?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with the players we've recruited in, they're quality ball users, and the style of play that we are trying to implement, they'll add a little bit of polish to that. Hit the nail on the head with where we were at last year, but the first 2 years I've been at the club have been purely about developing, and we've put a style of play in place that we need to educate the players on how to play. Knowing that they probably weren't quite ready from a skill perspective, but you've got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
And as I say, we've put 2 years of development into those players. We've put a little bit of polish around them and some experience around them, and you've seen the results in the first 3 weeks today.
Yeah, and I think it's really great for clubs to be focused on sustained success, not instant success, and give coaches an opportunity to, produce that sustained success. And, I thought last year that if you ever get this right, you will have sustained success. And obviously the way you've recruited and the people that are in that interleague side, you've obviously got a bit of skill there.
Yeah, look, the major part of our group's sort of between 18 and 21 still. So there was a bit of a gap between the 21-year-olds, and we had a couple of older players that were basically filling a few gaps for us last year. We set out to get in a few players between 26 and 28, higher levels of footy, good experience, well credentialed as far as premierships and representative players, and we were lucky enough to get them, and all of a sudden the side elevates.
Yeah.
Is there a bloke, what was his name? Was it Nick Peters from North Ballarat? What's going on there? Is that cheating or what?
No, well, we've got Nick for this season. We're his home club for this year, so when he's not playing at North Ballarat, he'll play with us. The reason we've got him so early in the season, he had a late start to pre-season, so we'll potentially get him for 2 or 3, maybe more games.
Finals?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Craig, thanks very much for coming in, mate, on a Saturday morning. I know it's a very busy schedule for you today. How's Billy Caldo going out there? He's going all right, is he?
Yeah, Billy's going all right. He's still ticking along, enjoying the footy.
Hasn't fallen over for a while?
No, not for a week or two.
It'd be good to catch up with him in a couple of weeks. We've got you blokes in a couple of weeks, I think.
Yes.
But thanks again, Craig, for coming in this morning.
No worries.
Craig McGough, the coach of the Bannockburn Tigers. We're going to take a short break, come back and talk about all the action on this afternoon, back after this.
We come together, the best from all the league, to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons.